All right, let's try this again. Hopefully this all sounds better. I guess I just know to never use that old phone for the live streaming. Isn't modern art mostly trash, though? Isn't that true? A-ish Gamer says HGFFF. Well, and FFFU to you too, whatever that means. See, Mark, I'm sure Deadpool is going to be a hit, but I don't think one hit saves anything. They need to have, like, multiple things happen that are good, in my opinion, to suddenly be considered it got saved. It needs a creative vision, not just a lucky one-off from a thing that's still popular. But to my shock, the new Captain America trailer looked mildly interesting. Thanks, Joel Ramos. I appreciate that. I didn't have any interest in it either, Mark. Like I didn't care. I don't want to see a Captain America movie without Steve Rogers. I had no interest. And then all the talk about reshoots over and over and over. I'm like, I do not care. This is gonna suck. But the trailer, and it's easy for a trailer to look good and the movie actually suck. But to its credit, the trailer kind of to me was like, oh, that seems kind of interesting. So, and believe me, I don't want things to be bad. I'm not one of those guys. I just kind of expect it to be bad. And maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe it'll be good. Because I like Anthony Mackie. I like the Falcon. I just don't like the Falcon as Captain America. It's not the same. So, who knows, right? Who knows? Yeah, I thought the TV show was actually pretty terrible. And I said this once publicly on like a forum, and I had a whole bunch of people come after me. I said the most interesting character in that whole show is John Walker. The actor, it's Kurt Russell's son, Wyatt Russell, is that his name? I just thought that the character of, John Walker, the new Captain America, was by far the most interesting character. And I had a bunch of people come at me immediately saying I must be racist. I was like, well, what? How? I was literally in shock. This is what, political discourse has become. I just said this was the most interesting character. I didn't say that what he did was right or good, but the characterization that they put into that guy was the most compelling by far. And had a whole bunch of people like, oh, you must be racist. You must be this. If you thought John Walker is the best character. I said he was the most interesting character. But can't argue with idiots. But yeah, they ruined Winter Soldier, the character. CVZ 109. How's it going? Thank you. Catherine Hunter, you can't say anything anymore without being racist. I mean, that's kind of what it felt like. I couldn't believe that was the argument that people were making. It's like all preconceived notions. Like, if you think this, you must be this. I'm like, well, wait, I just said this is an interesting character. Like, John Walker in The Falcon and Winter Soldier was a good man trying to live up to an impossible legacy no one could ever dare to hope to succeed at. No one could live up to the Steve Rogers. Like, it's just not possible. But he was trying, and he had very human flaws. And I'm like, this is interesting. Nope, you hate black people. I'm like, wait, what? 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 I'm like, all right, I should just stop talking to people. Was pretty shocking, though. It pissed me off pretty good. In fact, I even had an interaction today with one of my longtime kind of watchers, and I hate to use the word fans, quote unquote fans, who saw me express a political opinion on a different page, and he's like, dude, don't be like this. I'm like, well, I'm not being like anything. I'm just expressing my own thoughts, and I kind of try to keep my channel neutral, but, I'm going to express kind of what I think. And it ended up being an okay conversation, but it's interesting. What's up, Kevin? Is it there? Go ahead and get it. Come here.
I got it.
Inside there are 3 fries and 3 chickens. So you bring one of the nuggets to me, and then the fries and chickens are for you and your brother. Okay, thank you, Bubba. Well, I'm glad you agree, Catherine. But again, over here, we're all just trying to let's talk art and comics and humor and fun, and it all works out, I think. Humorous? How's it going? I hope I said that name right. I'm just drawing my comic series here. Drawing a nature scene, and I'm getting kind of lost in the weeds drawing these branches, trying to decide at what point is it too much. And did I take it too far? Once you take it too far, there's no going back. Kevin Hall. This conversation offends me as a colored person. I'm not only unsubscribing in a huff, I'm taking this whole damn channel downtown to the police station. Thank you, Bob. I love you.
McDoodles delivery.
Love you, my son.
Yeah.
I like that mindset, Mark. I really do. Get it, Kevin? Lost in the weeds, drawing branches? Oh, I am just beyond clever. Bask in the genius that is my sense of humor. Mick Boyle says, love this. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Woodcut looking panel. Well, thanks. I'm trying to do something a little different. I tend to do that on some panels, to do something that's somewhat different, but then I've had people tell me it might look inconsistent with the rest of the book, and I kind of think change it up a bit sometimes. It might make it visually interesting. I don't know. But it's the opportunity to try something different. Should probably just leave well enough alone. I don't want to draw some of these other panels. I'm kind of having fun with this one, so I'm kind of intentionally wasting time here. Peanut butter, whiskey, Kraken rum, and vanilla ice cream make a good milkshake. Dude, that actually sounds fantastic. All right, Patrick, you're a bartender. I'll take one. And a round for everybody in the chat of their choice. God, this makes me want to do more nature scenes in ink. I can feel all these textures that you could get out of this, and have to spend time doing it. Right, Mark? That sounds... Is Badrock allowed to drink? You'd think he wouldn't be, considering he's, 14 years old? 13 years old? But who's going to tell him no? I'm telling you, one of these days I'm going to do a fan fiction on Badrock. And it's going to be really fucked up. Having this kid turned into a monster, thrown into the government soldier program, being a warrior. Where does a giant 15-foot tall rock monster satisfy his sex drive, and he starts drinking and he turns into a violent monster. I'm telling you. It'll be the most interesting Badrock comic ever made. Huh. I don't know if I should stop or keep going. There is a Violator versus Bad Rock comic, and I'm pretty sure it's written by Alan Moore. Alan Moore, the most genius writer in the history of comics, author of Watchmen, wrote a Violator Bad Rock crossover. I can only imagine he did it because McFarlane hit him up or Liefeld or whichever and said, we'll pay you a lot of money. And Alan Moore's like, all right. There's one thing I've always wanted to do. It's a Bad Rock Violator miniseries. I'm going to do it. It's going to be great. I'll charge $10,000 a script. Can I expect payment to be issued immediately? I actually should track down that Violator Bad Rock miniseries, because if Alan Moore wrote it, even if it's terrible, it's still going to be pretty good, right? He needed an influx of money for taxes? That makes sense. He's like, all right, Rob Liefeld, I got taxes to pay. I couldn't use my magic to make my taxes go away, so I have to use my talent for cash. I expect you to issue payment immediately. Yes, Mr. Moore. That inked stash alone is the mustache. Okay. Sorry, I was like, the stat. What are you talking about, stash? What did I miss? Yeah, I'm trying to keep it on model for the cartoon designs of King Randor from the comic series. Thieves of Copper? I like that name. I don't know why. No, my wrist doesn't hurt. I mean, occasionally it gets tired, and you know, it needs a break, but it doesn't hurt. I haven't reached that point in my old age yet where I've got like carpal tunnel from drawing or something like that. But, you know, I'm sure any day now. He is the Burger King, right? He's like, little does my son know that I am the master of burgers. Right? He does, but like I was saying, this is the on-model character design for the character from the original animated show, so I'm just sticking to that. Which, you know, it's not like I've done that for all the other characters, so I don't know why I'm making such of a stink of it now, but probably because King Randor's only shown up like twice in the book, so I don't really care. What's the worst tasting drink you can come up with, Patrick? Maybe I'll mix it up and do my next drunken live stream with your drink idea. And by maybe, I mean probably absolutely not, but you never know, right? Kevin, I think I've said it before, but I'm going to reiterate. You're one of the funniest sons of bitches I know, dude. Like, you never fail to make me laugh. I don't know where you get your sense of humor from, but I am here for it, sir. The burger greases are what make his stash more luxuriant and voluminous because he's worthing it. Oh my gosh, dude. It's so funny. There's a Bad Rock Spider-Man crossover, and you will admit one of the covers, Spider-Man looks pretty cool. Who drew it? I know. Now that you mention it, I remember seeing it. I'm curious as to who maybe drew that thing. Todd Knock, maybe? I wonder if he did that. I think it's interesting that Marvel was willing to do a crossover with Badrock. It must have been in a time when Marvel was just eating shit in sales and they needed something to do. Like, well, how about a Badrock Spider-Man? I'm sure that'll be awesome. Hi, Bubba. What's up?
What's the extra fries for?
Save me half of them, and then you boys can have the other half. Save me a little.
No, you can have.
Well, I want to share it with you.
Okay.
Kevin, you say this is why you like smaller streams? There's actually a sense of interaction, not like some Jim Lee stream where 70,000 people, and he's never even drawing 90s Psylocke hair. You're like, I want to see Jim Lee draw 90s era Psylocke, for God's sakes. Oh my God, dude, that's hilarious. But yeah, I get it. The smaller streams just feel like more of a sense of interaction. I agree, dude. Totally. Chad, how's it going? Oh, God, excuse my yawning. What is up, good sir? And all the other sirs, and maybe one Mrs. and unlikely non-gender conforming person who might be in the chat. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's having a good day and not dying from the heat like a lot of us. Yeah, I don't know why Jim Lee stays at DC. Because it doesn't, like you're saying, it doesn't seem like they're exactly killing it in anything. Like, but I don't know. I mean, who knows? I just want to see him go back and draw X-Men. And I know he never will. I guess when you've had that level of success, it's like that's in your rear view mirror. Who cares, right? Like, I've done the X-Men thing, and I've done it sales-wise better than anyone ever will ever again, so why would he go back? But I can want what I want. Fuck. Yeah. I wish I could afford a 90s Psylocke. Can I just find the hottest girl in the history of Instagram with dark hair, and have her put on like a black swimsuit outfit and some strappy lacy things on her legs and arms, and give her like a sword and have her just stab me? I would die a happy man. A happy, erect man. Jeff says, I don't even know what Jim Lee does, collect checks. He draws on occasion. Brian Eklund, how you doing? Chad, I'm sure you could buy that somewhere. Right, you can buy it, but it's the amount of money you have to be able to afford the kind of quality you want. If I'm going to pay for that shit, I want the top tier stuff. I don't want it to be too weird. Or is it already weird? Mark, you like Jean Grey? Yeah. No, you're not wrong. Right, see, Dan Goodwin, you know what's up. I don't want the $100 Psylocke, because that girl's probably strung out on cocaine. And she probably smells like a foot. It defies logic, science, and God's laws. I'm going to write down all these things and incorporate all this humor into my comics and then just say it's my genius writing. Ugh. Look upon God's mistake. Remember that from Tropic Thunder? Shit was so funny. She'd have real bullet scars, right? If you can't be with the high-priced Psylocke you love, be with the one you can afford. I don't know, see, because there's also the chance of, like, getting something from her you can't ever return. Confucius, probably. It's very true. Psylocke used her psychic STDs on me. And I am forever changed. Now I have warts of the dick and it won't go away. Hope there's no one new in the channel going, what in the fuck are they talking about on this live stream? I am out of here, which they would be smart to do. Let's see what's next. Oh. Better do some borders right quick. Right? Psionic herpes. Then Jean Grey would be like, Scott, you said you got this affliction from the Shadow King, but I think you got it from Psylocke. It's like, no, babe, I swear to God. I've never mentally touched her in my life, I swear. People have had to blow dry their computers to get them to turn on. That would suck, brother. Just get a couple hundred of those beef jerky packets. They get rid of. Oh yeah, right. You know, do not ingest. They're there to absorb moisture. That's what the ladies say about me. I'm there to absorb moisture because they're never moist around me. Hi person says hello. That's a odd but awesome name. One of the small things you liked in Age of Apocalypse was Shadow King in a jar. It was an amusing small visual choice. I don't remember that. My brother's going through the Age of Apocalypse books on his channel. I'll have to hit him up and be like, be on the lookout for Shadow King in a jar. I want to know. Your 3-year-old son is upset because I turned the paper upside down? Aw. He's like, no. Aw. Well, I'll still ask my brother to keep a lookout. That is funny, though. You think Liefeld gets money for Nathan Gray? I kind to doubt it because it's such a derivative version. It's not like directly, specifically his thing. I mean, it's not impossible, but it'd be interesting to know. Pardon my hiccups. Chad, he said, I don't want him to do that. Oh, I'm sorry, little guy. Tell him I'm sorry. Sorry, Rob's a sucker for the little kids. Now I'm going to watch what I say. Kevin, it's a gray area. It's a gray area. God damn it. Ah! God damn it. Kevin, Jesus Christ, man. I'm sorry, it took me half a second to get it, but I eventually got there. Oh my gosh. It had to be, he's like, it's too good of a setup. I'm not going to sit here and not have this good setup and not home run that. Thank you. I officially demand that you never restrain yourself. I want you to swing every time. Swing away. All right, Chad. Good to know. See you later, Patrick, if you're taking off. You like Cable in the 90s animated show? He was pretty awesome. He seemed to be pretty on point to the character in the comics, so that was, it was nice to see. He is in a jar, and it's X-Man #1. I think my brother's already covered that, so I just might have to go back and watch his video on it and see what I can see. That's funny. I don't remember that at all, but I haven't read the Age of Apocalypse books since they came out. Dan, so the Legion TV series was good and it had Shadow King in it? I didn't know anything about it beyond its existence. I'm kind of curious now. Yeah, D-Man, I just started right back up after the earlier glitchy issues. D-Man. Hey Hey, it's cooled down here a bit. It's only 97 degrees. Jesus, Lord. $84 where you're at? I'd take 84. Yeah, here in Utah, we're right in the midst of like 100 degrees for 4 days straight, and then for the next predicted like 7, 8, 9 days, it's like high 90s. So it might as well be 100 degrees for the foreseeable future. And it's just, oh God. There goes my power bill rocketing up, but that's fine. That's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. Joel Ramos, hello again. Box, it's 103, and the humidity, oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, man, but it's a dry heat. What's it from? Somebody get the quote. Dan, is this a scene like at the end of Star Wars where the characters are getting medals? That's funny. I don't know if you want me to spoil it, Dan, because you're one of the few I know who are actually reading my book. But I think if you've been seeing all my pages, you're kind of, it's not really a spoiler. But these guys are all at a funeral. I think it's interesting because there are 4 former villains that are now allowed to attend this funeral. Because they've changed their ways and their actions are honorable. Because Rob Norton decided to make it to be so. Yeah, they're at a funeral, and it's not the funeral of their former leader. So they've built a monument to him. There's a whole bunch of people. There's going to be a silhouetted crowd of people attending the funeral at the Royal Palace. Welcome to Rob's place where the AC is always on. Right, D-Man? Yeah, and that's the thing. I wanted these characters... Like I said, some of these characters were such blank slates. I could pretty much do anything with them. Give them motivation. And I think once somebody reads my entire book, I think that the reasoning will at least make sense. But Trapjaw was the biggest one. Like, he's one of the most revered villains in the whole Masters of the Universe world, and you have to believe that he actually changed for a reason, and I think I pulled it off. We'll see. Box, how long did the sketching take? I mean, it just depends on the page, and, you know, each page takes it several hours. So... depending on the complexity. Well, thanks, Box. Appreciate it. It's a big-ass book. I don't even have an exact page count, but I think it's going to end up somewhere between 120 to 130 pages. Oh yeah, Dan, I don't know if I ever saw the final version of it, but I'm really excited. And yeah, if any of you guys follow Dan's work and haven't seen this Trapjaw pinup that he did, which, by the way, thanks for reminding me, Dan. I had to hit up someone saying, and Mark Domowitz, and be like, hey, you guys wanted to do one. It's getting close. There's still a little bit of time, but we're getting close to, you know, about a month out from needing to have it in hand. Yeah, man, I can't wait to see the final version. I might actually print it out and hang it up on my wall, dude. I know I saw one, Dan, that looked pretty dang finished. I just didn't know if you were like 100% done with it, but... Kevin, you asked about the pen I'm using? This is, it's the Faber-Castell Pitt pens. I'm using those and some microns right at the moment. I was using dip pens a little bit ago, but that's what I've got here. Box, did I go to school for art, or are you just self-taught? I'm just self-taught. I sit down and draw, and I'm just taught myself. I didn't go to school beyond art school, like art classes in like high school. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't like to do some art classes for real, but it's all about timing. Yeah, the Pitt pens. They're all right. They're only good when you open them up out of the package. And they don't stay as useful as long as the microns. I really should just stop buying them. Well, thanks, Box. I appreciate that very, very much. All right, Mark, thanks for stopping in, brother. Yeah, and I agree with that, D, man. It just sucks when you get a pen like these Pitt pens, and when you open them up, they're nice and juicy, and the ink flows really well, I think better than the microns. But they don't stay juicy for very long. They get a little bit more rigid and dried up a bit. And it's frustrating because it doesn't last long enough. So then the line work starts fading. Or the quality starts dropping off, I should say. And then it becomes frustrating as hell. But I find myself buying them still and then holding on to them until I have something I want to really look nice. And then I'll pop it open and use it for that small window that it's kind of good. And then it becomes like a mid-level pen after that. It's a real big waste of money. But I keep doing it. Chad, I only do it from my phone right here. I got this arm, this thing that connects to the side of my desk here that I bought off Amazon for like 30 bucks. And I don't have a laptop or anything. I don't have them synced up. I don't even know how to do that. I just do everything from the phone. I just watch the chat right here. So I'll draw, then I have to stop and look up and try to keep up with everything. So I really got like a half-assed thing going on here, but it's all I can do, so it's what I do. Yeah, I don't use Sharpies because they fade and look like ass after time. They bleed and discolor, kind of like me. Kind of think I want to leave these figures in this like open line kind of thing I've got and not go in and render or shadow them. I don't normally do that, but I think I might leave these figures like this. I don't know. It's just a different look to try. Yeah, but Sharpies aren't good drawing tools, D-man. They're pieces of garbage to use at work to write signs to tell your coworkers to not steal your lunch out of the fridge. They're not archival tools. Yeah, it is kind of a pain, Chad, but it's all I can do. And I just kind of get used to it. It is a bit of like a multitasking kind of thing. Chuck might show up and yeah. It's like you have invoked the unholy name of Micron. Let's see. I need to check that out, D-man. I know that Shaft's bow without a string is kind of ridiculous, but it's almost just like it's like an iconic part of his design. You almost have to have it because it's a high-tech gravity acceleration bow. So that's the bullshit excuse. Yeah, that would make sense. The archer's bow from Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah. Draw the D&D crew in 90s style. There you go, man. Oh, Deviant Art. Everyone remember Deviant Art when it was a thing. Rob remembers. ancient deviant. What I liked about DeviantArt is, as I remember, I could upload an image at pretty dang high resolution as opposed to some other places. So it was kind of like a free online like storage unit that you didn't have to pay, and I could upload high, you know, as high as I could get at the time, high resolution images, and I could find high res images and just kept them stored somewhere. But then when I had to get divorced and my cuntzilla ex-wife demanded I get rid of it all, I lost a bunch of artwork that'll never be recovered. I haven't been on it in longer than 5 years. I haven't missed it for a long time. It just kind of suddenly went from being relevant to completely irrelevant. I don't know what it was. In my brain, it kind of felt like it was like the rise of Instagram and shit like that that kind of made DeviantArt irrelevant. And I don't know if that's true, but it felt like that. Jeff, you say it's weird because Instagram is terrible for art, but everyone uses it. And you're right. I just think it's because of its popularity. Like, everyone's on it. And so if everyone's there, that's where you go to show your artwork. And so it gets cropped out horribly. And then Instagram won't fix that shit. So, or at least they make it really difficult. But when that's where everyone's at, and you want to get your stuff seen, you're right. Then everyone jumped over to that other news site because it wouldn't allow AI imaging stealing. But I don't think that's lasting for anybody. I remember when I used to store all my images and link them from Photo Bucket. Anybody else use Photo Bucket? Yeah, see, Jeff, that's kind of what my thought was. Everyone's going to jump over there, but it's never going to have the same traction. And so I'm like, I'm just not going to waste my time and give myself another thing to think about and to update on. So I just like, whatever. Let the machines take over. Let them drop the nukes. It's fine. D-Man Photobuck 05 to 7, right? Exactly. Leo. Andrew. Well, bastard kids. Andrew. Turn off the air conditioner on that thing right there. Is the power on? Okay. You guys doing okay? Leave that one on if you want. You guys doing alright? Sorry, I had to step away. I had to go beat my children, make sure they remembered their place. What prompt did you use to draw this? None. I drew it. Oh, you're one of those. Right? You're one of those dinosaurs that does it by hand. You don't just let a computer do it all. Exactly. So suck my cybernetic left nut. Guess it's good enough. Okay. Next. None of us dudes can hide our 5 o'clock shadow. And sometimes I don't even try, right? Exactly. I mean, all right. You do you. I'm sure you do you. I do me. I'd do me. I'd fuck me. D-Man got that reference. Figured somebody would. You never realized so much later that's what Homer's supposed to have? That is funny. Remember there was that one episode where he's showing Bart how to shave? So he shaved it off, and he's like, yeah, you do like this, and then you put a piece of tissue here, and then here, and anywhere you're bleeding. And then there you go. And then he turns to walk away because he's all done, and it just immediately fades back in. Boom, there it was. As a kid, I'm like, oh God, is that what it's really like? And it turns out to be, yes, that is exactly what it's like. That mop-like hair is how Liefeld draws every character. Carius 1, how's it going? Kevin, you said there's a montage of Brazilians with blow dryers next to their computers just using them to start up. It's like a weird random meme thing, but it's real. That is kind of creepy, weird. Like, I've never heard of that. It makes sense. Where the humidity's so bad. That's weird. You know, I don't think those old Rocky and Bullwinkle cartoons are actually anything that stands up to. I mean, they're kind of like classics, but I'm like, you rewatch them, in my opinion, and like they're not that interesting. That's just me. That is true. They did have a weird sense of humor. Made some weird shit. I don't know. The Simpsons is kind of transcendent in a way in my brain. Rocky and Bullwinkle was the same joke every episode. And Simpsons, at least, in their first several years, produced some legitimately entertaining stuff. But yes, in 60 years from now, it'll be interesting to see what will people think of things, you know what I mean? We think of stuff 60 years ago for us, it seems like ancient stupidity. So I often think about that. What will, people think of certain points of pop culture and stuff like that? Unfortunately, in 60 years, I don't think I'll be around. Because that would put me at 100 years old, and I don't know if I'll make it that far. I kind of wanted to make it to, let's see. Think I can make it to April 5th, 2063? Dan, how much more horrible will Youngblood be in another 30 years? It's halfway there and not holding up, right? You know what's funny? Speaking of, I just pulled up Google. You know how Google always has like the random ass things to choose from? It starts out with top 10 comic books rising in value in the last week, including X-Force. That Liefeld guy, he's always around. And you know what? I still think that cover to X-Force #1 looks pretty badass. Suppository only thrice a day, golf ball sized. Hell yeah. They're like, shove that up your corn chute. I'm like, good time is a good time. Creepy art will always be in style. It's true. I need to develop a creepy art style. Because unfortunately, I think I'm just comfortably in the bland, inoffensive art style. It's true, Kevin. It's true. Holy sneezing shit, excuse me. You're not the first person to say that, Dennis D. I'm just following the design of the original source material. And Die Hard has a mouth, D-Man. What are you talking about? He's just wearing a mask. Yeah, Dennis D, when I was drawing this shot of the king and queen, the people were like, oh, look, it's the Burger King guy. I'm like, yeah, I know. It is. I mean, it's not, but it could be. No, D-Man, he's a human rebuilt. He's like RoboCop. There's scenes where he takes his mask off and he's got like charred, ugly skin under it. He's not a robot, he's a cyborg. At least the original iteration of him. Well, thanks, Dennis D. I am constantly drawing, trying to get this thing done. The existence of Burger King implies the existence of a Burger Kong. You know, there's no evidence to the contrary. Yeah, you're right about that, D-Man. Combat. It was all just Klingon imagery and name, and I picked up on that a long time ago because I'm a big Star Trek nerd. I'm like, come on, Liefeld, just stop. He even had some of his bad guy robots in the like second issue of Youngblood say resistance is futile. Like, all right. Dennis D, now you understand the source material. You talk about what I'm doing. And they were right. Wizardry. Yeah, I remember hearing stuff like that. Yeah, D-Man, you're right about that. They made him look kind of ape-like in his mouth, right? Stratos, he's supposed to be a freaking bird. Yeah, it was weird. They made some really weird choices in that show in the name of who knows what. I always liked the actor, or at least the guy who did the voice acting for Stratos. He was pretty cool. And they also didn't like, why have these feathers strapped to his arm? Like, they must have been just purely decorative, right? Because they certainly didn't help him fly. He had a jetpack on. Thanks for stopping in, Dan Goodwin. It's never a true art stream if you're not there. Ay, 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 ay. What's Eternos there, D-Man? Talk about King Randor here? I mean, is that the name of like the realm? You think if I was a He-Man fan, I'd know this shit. I just know that it was the Royal Palace on Eternia. I know I've heard the term Eternos. But is that like the name of the realm or something like that? I mean, it sounds like I missed a big point of it all. I know you know. Well, yeah, I am drawing him in, I'm kind of going off memory here because I've drawn it in books before, but, these scenes at the Royal Palace, you have like these courtyards outside with these big walls and like this vegetation that grows up and over and around it. And so in this courtyard, I've already established in the end of book 3 that they buried Man-at-Arms here. And now they're setting up a monument to someone else who's died. And that's why they're all attending the funeral here. I should put you down as technical consultant in my my next book here. Grace, the cosplayer. I'm going to make the same joke I always do, and everyone knows it's coming. But thank you for gracing us with your presence once again. Was literally waiting for it, right? You know what's up. I'm nothing if not predictable. Grace, I see you got 50 subscribers to your channel. Congratulations. If you're trying to build that up, that's awesome. It's hard to get people to pay attention, believe me, I know. You lost one? Alright. D-Man, go subscribe to Grace the Cosplayer's channel or I'll ban you from mine forever. Just kidding, I won't do that, but... Ay, 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 ay. Grace is our friend and supporter, and that's all we care about. Well, thanks for stopping in for 1 second, Grace. All right, guys, I think I'm going to be done for tonight. It's about all I got in me. My kids probably think I hate them, so I should probably go tell them that they're right and make sure they get in bed. So I'm going to bounce. But always, it's been awesome. So thank you guys. Whoever happens to be still listening. D-Man, Grace took off. I think D-Man scared her away. Kevin, if you're there. Dan took off. Dennis D.